What is up, guys? Here with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. And today I'm going to be talking about a big mistake I made when I first got into dropshipping, and something that you guys need to look out for and not do the same thing I did. I know this is probably not a common mistake, but it's something that I did and I sort of regret. I mean, I really try not to regret anything. I just try to have like life lessons, stuff that I learned from, live and learn. But anyways, if you guys aren't subscribed yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button below before we get into this video, because the channel is growing super fast and I thank you all for that, all the support. We just hit over 20,000 subscribers, so thank you so much everyone that has done that and helped me with that. So thank you so much, guys. Now let's get back to this video. You may be wondering, what is this mistake? You saw the title, you saw the thumbnail. What did I do wrong? What caused me to lose thousands of dollars? So technically, before I get into everything, I did not lose thousands of dollars. I just missed the opportunity to make a lot more money. And it may sound a little bit confusing just off the bat like that, but once I get more into depth on what I'm talking about, the whole story, then you'll understand more. So let's get back to the start. So I started drop shipping. You know, it was spring of 2017. I just got into drop shipping. I was trying to figure everything out. And at the time, I had Nom Ramen, my big food page. It had maybe a couple 100,000 followers then, as well as I was friends with a guy who has over 3 million followers on Instagram. So he has a theme page, it's based on DIYs, and me and him were talking. We really hadn't known anything about e-commerce, but he makes a lot of money off of selling shoutouts on his big page because he has a large audience, so he's able to make a lot of money by selling ads to all these companies all the time and every day. So me and him were talking, we became good friends. We were trying to figure out what e-commerce is, what is dropshipping, how do we make money off of it, because we know all these people are buying ads from us, whether they're dropshipping or they have an in-house company, that they're making more money off of us, and that's why they're buying ads. So we were talking, we were brainstorming, we're trying to figure everything out, and we figured out what we wanted to do. We wanted to dropship. So the next thing we needed to do was find a product, right? So at this time, I hadn't really done any research about dropshipping. I knew the basics of it. I didn't know how to find the right products. I didn't know how to find a niche. I didn't know how to make a store or anything like that. I mean, I have always had some kind of like basic sense in my mind of design and stuff like that. So I was able to build a website and come up sort of with my own strategies and methods to creating conversions. And of course, it took time, trial and error, to see what worked and what didn't. But anyways, so me and him were browsing around. We really didn't know how we were gonna do product research, how we were gonna find something. And then he ran into something, and this is what he ran into. It is a carbonated bubble clay mask. So right now it's in the box, but when it comes out, it is like this little tub. And what it is, it looks like green mud. What you do, you put it on your face and it bubbles up and it looks all funny, and it's supposed to clean your face. You wash it off and it's just, I don't know, something sort of stupid, I guess, but girls like it because it cleans their face as well as it like looks sort of cool, fun, whatever they want to call it. But anyways, this is what we got. So we didn't buy any. Well, we bought a few just to see what they were like, and we were like, okay, let's drop ship it. Let's see how this works. So we didn't want to buy any ads. We wanted to leverage our big Instagram page. So he had a couple million and I had couple 100,000, so there's a big difference. So we sort of leveraged that as our partnership, where I would try and do most of the logistics work and he would focus on the advertising and the marketing side of things, because we were both new to it and we didn't know what angle we wanted to approach in order to get where we wanted. So this is how it all started. We had the product. I figured out how to set up a Shopify store. I figured out how to design it. I figured out how to create product descriptions. I mean, everything I learned by myself, trial and error. I didn't have anyone help me. I was just basically using online resources and trial and error, just trying things on my own, seeing what sounded good, what looks good, and I was able to do that, as well as I had some constructive criticism for other people. That's one thing, guys. You ask your friends, you ask your parents, ask family members what they think of this website. You don't have to tell them it's yours. Be like, hey, what do you think about this website? What would you change in order to make you want to buy something from it? So this was the only product we had on our store. This bubble mask, this bubble clay mask from China. And I believe drop shipping on AliExpress, they cost us like $5 and some change to sell this or drop ship this. So that was the only product we had on our page. We didn't know that you can have more products and stuff like that. So we created this store, drop shipping, solely based on that. We created an ad. We had everything set up because we had found that like a couple years ago, there's some big YouTubers, like makeup artists, that had done reviews on this. So what we had done is we had taken those videos, we had cropped them down to under a minute, and we had made them smaller. We added some text to make it look good, and we created an Instagram account for our company, and it's called bubblemask.co. I think the Instagram's still up. I think we're still selling, but yeah, that's all a mess right now. You'll hear more about it later on. But anyways, so we had this. We created the ad, everything was good to go. So now all we had to do was start selling. So what we did, I had him post the first ad on his DIY page to see how it did. And so he posted the ad and it seemed to do well. We made a few $100. We were pretty excited. We're like, geez, we can scale this. We can make a lot of money. We don't even have to spend money on ads. Like as I'm saying right now, we didn't have to spend any money on ads because we had these big accounts. So we made a few $100 and we were excited. We're seeing everything's going well. We just really wanted to make more money. So we were making decent money. We were up to like $1,000 a day or something crazy. And we're like, dude, we don't want to do this. We don't want to drop ship. We don't want to have people wait weeks to get this product, and if it's messed up, it's just going to be a mess, especially since this is like a face care mask. And now that I look back at it, this is probably a stupid idea to drop ship this, because it's something people put on their face, and that could be a really big liability issue, just in case like someone's face gets all messed up or they're allergic to whatever's in it, stuff like that. But anyways, this is the big mistake where we decided that we wanted to buy inventory and ship it in-house. So he lives in New York, I live here in North Carolina. So what I did was I flew up to New York, and it was like a weekend trip. We were talking about business, we were just having fun. I'd never been up there to New York. So we're hanging out, talking about business, whatever. We're both the same age, and we're having a good time. We figured out everything that we wanted to do, and we weren't making that many sales at the time because we had basically just saturated it too much with our audiences on Instagram. So we decided that we could make it better and everything like that. So we bought, I believe, 2,000 units of these bubble mask things. So 2,000 units, we got them at, I believe, $1.92 a piece, or $2.20, something like that, around that area. It was a lot better than the prices on AliExpress. So we bought a bunch of these. I had to figure out all the logistics of shipping in-house. I had to buy the packing things. I had to buy the label printer. I had to buy like business cards to put in the mailer when I shipped them out. I had to figure out things with the post office. I had to make a P.O. box. I had to figure out how all this worked, because we didn't want both of us to be shipping stuff out. Since I'm in North Carolina, he's in New York, we had to pick one person or the other. And we decided that just I would do it. I felt like I could do it. It wouldn't be a big deal. And you know, we got everything set up. I talked to some people about in-house shipping because I'd never done it before. I was trying to figure out all the logistics, and honestly, it's pretty easy with Shopify. It just takes a little bit of time. You have to, well, now you can print 10 labels at a time on Shopify. But anyways, we'd print out all the labels. We have to do it one by one, because at the time, Shopify didn't have a thing where you could print like 10 at a time. So one by one, it would take a long time, just me here by myself. You have to put this in the little mailer, and then you have to put the business card in there, then you have to seal it up, then you have to put the label on there, and it takes probably like 30 seconds to a minute a piece. And we started off with that. We had a bunch of inventory, we were excited. I got it all shipped to my house, and started selling it. But what we were doing mainly on Instagram for our sales was the viral video method, where basically we would exchange likes and comments with other big accounts and get them onto our Bubble Mask Company page post, and the post would go viral. So if you go to that page, the Instagram page, like Bubble Mask Co., I think the website's still up, and you'll find some videos on there that have like 1 million views and stuff, and that's how we were able to make a lot of money off of it. So we started getting a bunch of views, a bunch of followers, we were getting a lot of sales, and I was still in school, or no, that was the summer, I believe, once we started getting a lot of money going in. I was shipping everything out. It was taking a very long time to do all that stuff. To put all the masks in the mailers, putting the label on there and everything like that, and then taking it to the P.O. box and everything like that. And I wanted to hire someone to help me like do it, but honestly the sales were so inconsistent that I didn't want to have someone in here working every day and then paying for something that I didn't need. So the sales were pretty inconsistent. So I didn't know how I wanted that to work. So what I ended up doing, I just kept doing it by myself, and eventually what happened is, I guess a lot of other big accounts that we were doing the like for likes and comments for comments with on for our Bubble Mask page to get the viral videos. I guess if you guys want to know more about what I'm talking about, the viral video method, just let me know on the comments below, and I can make a whole other video on that if you guys are curious. I'm not sure how good it is now. I haven't used it in a while, but it definitely worked very well over the past year. All of these other big accounts sort of caught on. They thought that our products were selling because we were getting so many views, so many comments, so many followers on our company page, that what happened was all these people started copying our website exactly, but they were drop shipping it, and they were copying everything exactly step by step, every single thing. And they were promoting with the same ads, creating like similar business pages. And then like some of our followers on the Bubble Mask page were like, this is not a real business, like we like Bubble Mask, like they liked our business better because we had like 2-day shipping. And that's a good thing, that's a pro of shipping in-house, but the thing is inventory. So anyways, back to what I was talking about. Other people started to catch on. They were copying our store. They were doing the same methods and strategies that we were using, and they were implementing them the exact way that we did. So we tried to switch things up. We tried to avoid the competition. We tried to push more than them and get more views and get more followers and get more sales. But the thing was, there were some bigger accounts bigger than us that were able to leverage their audiences to get more sales and basically drive us out of business. So after, I believe, 2 months total, the sales really started to die out. The sales were just non-existent. Competition had just got in. The market had become so oversaturated because I guarantee you like 50 big accounts started selling the same exact thing that we were. We were the first ones, I know it for a fact. And so many people started to get in there, and we made a decent amount of money off of these things. I'm not complaining, we still ended up with profit. But the thing is, now I'm stuck with a bunch of inventory here in my office with like 500 left or something like that. It may not seem like a lot, but really selling them at like 15 bucks a piece or whatever we were doing, it really adds up fast to how much money that we could actually be making. We tried lowering the prices, we tried offering free shipping, basically just trying to cut even and not lose money and like give these things away. But we're still not getting any takers. It was taking a long time. Really just everything started to die down so fast, and we had bought inventory. We had bought more and more inventory just trying to keep growing the business, and it ended up dying and we're left with some inventory. So I'm stuck with these. It's not a big deal because we're left with profit. I'm not complaining. But the thing was, we made a big mistake. So if you calculate, let's say I have 500 left of these and we would sell them for 15 bucks. Let me do the math real quick. That is $7,500 that we could be making off of these units that are just sitting here. But the thing is, the market's saturated. So many people have bought it. So many people have seen it. And really the marketing approach has just died down. And it's something that I really haven't tested in a while just because it became so saturated. Maybe they're good now and could start selling again. I have no idea. I'm sure someone that watches this video is going to copy it and try and sell them. We'll see what happens. But anyways, let me know if you want the inventory. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. If you want the inventory, there's 500 units left. I'll sell them for $1 a piece, 500 bucks. Good deal. Really, just trying to get them out of my house. Not a big deal. But anyways, guys, don't make that mistake. If you're new to drop shipping, you're starting to get a lot of sales, don't buy inventory. That was something that I definitely messed up with. And really, we were just too distraught about the shipping times of drop shipping and stuff like that. So we wanted to avoid that. But now, after learning more about drop shipping, getting more involved with it, and making more sales, I really understood the reality of it and that it's not that big of a deal. So guys, don't buy inventory. That's something I messed up with. Maybe if you're doing Amazon FBA, you could do this. You buy inventory, ship it to them, but don't use this product. So hopefully this story will help you out. I'm sure a lot of you guys are not going to want to buy inventory anyways. Like I said in the beginning, this is probably a lesson that not many people are going to have to go through. I don't know, I guess we were stupid. I don't know. Maybe it was a good idea. We still ended up with profit, so I'm not complaining. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.